Welcome to Vault 111, a complete tour guide. So you've just woken up and you have no idea what's going on here. Last you seen, your child was ripped from your wife's arms. And now you're wondering what's going on.
Come on. Oh, God!
The good news is you can indeed open the pod. For one reason.
I'll find who did this.
To get the wedding ring.
Sean back.
The wedding ring's worth,
I promise,
a good bit of caps. Do most people want to sell the wedding ring? Probably not, but inside we'll find a unique weapon that you'll have to come back to get, as well as a game and weapons, ammo and stim packs for your journey ahead.
Oh, God. Why would Vault-Tec do this? Can't be the only one left. Hello? Anyone?
Dazed and confused, you can go over to the monitoring terminal here to find out that you're actually in a cryogenic array. You were never going deeper into the vault. That was just a lie to get you into the pod. You can see here that something has gone eerily wrong, and as you progress through the game, you'll find out what's going on. You can see pod C1's empty. Mr. and Mrs. Callahan, Mr. and Mrs. Abel, Nora, Sean, yourself, and Mr. Russell were in the pods in this particular room. Now, we can continue through. You can check some of the rooms out. This one contains even more people in the pods, but they're all dead. There's no way you can salvage them, do anything, but we can open the monitoring terminal over here to see who was in this room. Mr. DiPetro, Whitfield, Corin, Mr. Whitfield, and Kofrin. You can see a few more. Cause of death for most of them is asphyxiation, because the life support systems and all of these failed spectacularly. But you were released, and you find out later on why that's the case. There's a few new jumpsuits. Grab them if you want to equip some of your settlers with that later on in the game. You will have enough carry weight to basically take everything, so don't leave anything in the vault. You'll probably still come back, but you'll only want to come back for the cryolator weapon. And even it's more of a trophy piece than an actual, useful weapon. So check through every desk here to see if there's anything useful. There's a few stim packs. Very nice. Filing cabinets, cigarettes. All this is useful junk. Once you get it all, walk straight into Sanctuary, use the workshop, and just empty all the junk out. Trust me, it's the best way to go. So let's look at some security instructions for Vault 111. It was designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on unaware human subjects. Security staff are responsible for maintaining the installation integrity and monitoring science staff activity. Under no circumstances are staff allowed to deviate from assigned duties. Insubordination or interference with vault operations or capital offences, security staff are authorised to use lethal force. The operations protocol for residents admission. Upon activation notice from Vault-Tec, all personnel are required to report to the entry area and assist with admittance of Vault residents. Security personnel will maintain order and ensure no personnel or residents attempt to evacuate the vault. Research staff will be responsible for resident intake and escort each of them to their designated cryopod. Residents are not accounted for in the manifest should be asked to step aside and detained forcefully by security if necessary. Once all residents have been sealed into their preservation chambers, dispose of any detainees. So if anyone had accidentally made it in, but you can see the soldiers kind of made sure no one was, but there could have been a few stragglers, although it's never really alluded to that there was any. Okay, and the vault entryway must remain sealed under all circumstances. Going on here, the science staff. Members of the research team must daily monitor the vital levels of the cryogenically preserved residents. Cardiopulmonary and cognitive activity in particular must be recorded hourly. Life-saving intervention is only permitted if a greater than 80% of the residents' population has perished while in cryogenic suspension and must not interrupt suspension. Independent research is encouraged and left to overseer discretion. The security personnel are to carry out a constant 8-hour rotation. Security priorities include monitoring for signs of intrusion, checking for atmosphere leaks, settling disputes among personnel, enforcement of regulations set forth by the overseer, and enforcement of regulations set forth by Vault-Tec. When it comes to the facility, due to the nature of the vault, personnel will be expected to perform duties outside their normal qualifications, such as janitorial duties and food preparation. The exact distribution of the roles is left to the overseer. The all clear message. Following a nuclear event, Vault-Tec will monitor hazards such as radiation levels, enemy invasion, subsequent attacks, and other factors. Once conditions are deemed safe, this terminal will receive an all clear. Upon receiving the all clear notice, Vault-Tec personnel may be evacuated at overseer discretion. Disregard notices from organisations or individuals not associated with Vault-Tec, including government and military. Obviously, they see themselves as out of the sphere of any government or military intrusion. The residents are not to be disrupted or evacuated. Vault-Tec will attend to their needs remotely once Vault 111 staff have been evacuated. Obviously, they were never ever going to be, they were there purely for research, so I'd imagine once the all-clear message went and they got away, they would have just self-destructed the vault or killed everyone in the pods anyway. Mandatory shelter period. Vault 111 is classified as a short-term assignment. Non-resident personnel are expected to carry out research duties and basic maintenance of the vault while awaiting the all-clear signal. In the absence of an all clear from Vault-Tec, the overseer may elect to evacuate staff after a mandatory shelter period of 180 days in containment. Under no circumstances may Vault 111 staff evacuate during the shelter period unless receiving the all clear from Vault-Tec. So they were stuck here at a minimum of 180 days. Now, if we have a look here, we can see what's going on. October. God, it finally happened. The world's over. Barely got the residents inside. Not everyone made it. Nah, it's just us and the icebergs. I don't get it. Eggheads tried to explain to me that keeping them frozen is a big experiment for a better future or something. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right that we were all smiling at them the time before putting them on ice. Shouldn't we have told them something? December, Christmas Underground. Got together with the rest of the security boys and support staff and had a little party. Best gift that got handed out was a fancy lad snack cake that wasn't too stale. None of the scientists came. Overseer wasn't there either. I don't get it. They're hiding something from us. Another company secret for only the higher ups. Whatever. Just a few more months until the all clear is supposed to come through. Then we can start rebuilding. March. Only a few weeks left in the mandatory shelter period. Everyone's stir crazy. Some people are even saying the all clear is never coming. We can't stay here much longer, that's for sure. It's not just the fact that I've been stirring at the same break room and bunk bed for 6 months. It's the fact we only have enough food left for another few months tops. The overseer keeps telling everyone to be patient, focus on the work. He's definitely keeping us out of the loop. Something bad is going on. I just know it. The main door accessing the vault exit is malfunctioning. Now the only way is through the overseer's evacuation tunnel. How convenient for him. He has one of the science team watching the door into his office at all times from a little makeshift checkpoint. Got invited to a meeting tonight. Support staff and security only. Sounds like I'm not the only one with an axe to grind. No all clear from Vault-Tec is coming. We need to leave. We're out of food. I almost murdered Stanley for dropping a damn salt cracker on the floor. A handful of us confronted the overseer about opening the vault. I never knew a man that small could shout that loud. Now he's locked himself in the office with the rest of the science staff. We're supposed to hand over any food, weapons and medicine by tonight, or there's going to be consequences. I've talked to everyone. It's time, one way or another, we're getting out of this vault. As you can see, things were just breaking down in real time, and there wasn't really much that the overseer could do. Though he was definitely in on it. He knew things were bad, and he was just trying to get everything off the remaining people. Now, there are a few rad roaches in the area, and they will attack you. If you're doing a specific run and you're taking it very seriously, you can just go out, lure all the rad roaches through the doors, and then close the doors so you can exit the vault without being in combat. Again, that's only if you're doing a particular run. If you're doing fists only, or you don't care about that, then by all means just punch them. They're very easy to take down. This is the recreational terminal. Remember, use of this terminal is a privilege. If work performance declines, this privilege may be revoked. Enjoy. You can eject the holotape to get the Red Menace video game. Top 10. Now, some people had no idea what this was, but these are actually commands in the game. So TGM is toggle God mode, TCL is toggle no clip. So yeah, all of these commands can be used for something, and I thought that was a really cool way for them to put it in. There's a lot of beer bottles. If you're doing a survival run and you've already went to the settings and you've changed it to survival, you can take all the beer bottles, walk over here and fill them all at the sink for purified water. A lot of people forget about that, but if you come back to the vault, you can use this for purified water instead of getting bottles and turn them into dirty water. You can usually leave around 10. In here is just the bunk beds. You can check through, but it seems this place was pretty much picked clean. You can sleep in some of the beds if you need to. Alright, this is the generator room. This will zap you, but it will also zap the rad roaches. So in a way, you could kite them back and forth, and it might work. So, you know, you might be able to kill them that way if you so choose. Obviously, this shows that the reactors were running, so that's why power to this place is still tip-top. Our little water fountain before heading on into here. Now, these stimbacks are pretty cool, because what they do is they will actually always favourite themselves. They're one of the only items that will do that in the game, so they'll automatically be in your favourites tab. And this 10mm will always be equipped, so if you modify it and drop it and then equip it again, it will automatically equip like it just did. There's just some eyeglasses you can find in here, and presumably
what happened here?
This is the Overseer, although it's not entirely clear. Maybe it was just a scientist who came in and tried to get the terminal going here. Overseer instructions. So let's see from their point of view. Vault 111 is designed to test the long-term effects of suspended animation on unaware human subjects. Your staff will be on a short-term assignment to monitor basic cardiopulmonary and cognitive functions. Long-term monitoring will be handled by Vault-Tec remotely. Under no circumstances is suspension to be disrupted. This includes the administration of life-saving measures. Your staff is also considered expendable. Insubordinations or attempts to evacuate prematurely are capital violations. Unused pods are the preferred method for cadaver disposal. The cryolator. I've long dreamed of making a cryogenic freezing available in a portable on-demand form. The cryolator is my latest attempt. Thankfully, we're in no short supply of the chemicals and components I needed to tinker with a prototype. It's a nice way to occupy the time as we all wait for the all clear. The operations protocol. So obviously we've seen here like the resident admission, the staff duties. You know, we've seen all of these. So nothing here is a problem. So let's go and look at the log and see what was going on. Preparations. The final staff orientation is complete. All but a few of the residents down in Sanctuary Hills have been enrolled, and several from Concord as well. Vault-Tec's supervisors came up this week to do a technical review. The vault is ready to open. I can only imagine what wonders our residents will get to witness. The notion of leaping forward in time, I almost wish I could join them and see the promise of the future realised. It's happened. We're lucky that most of the staff were nearby when the early warning came through. We had less notice than expected, but only Nordhagen was missing when we sealed the entrance. Resident admission went smoothly. Everyone made it, even the family that waited until the last minute. I was worried there would be more suspicion, but things happen so fast for these people that they must have been too overwhelmed to question the cryogenic pods. System malfunction. Strange issue today with pod C3. Subject appeared to be having heart palpitations. Nothing life-threatening, but unusual. We realised almost too late the pod was malfunctioning. The cryogenic array almost started thawing her out. We're not sure, but I suspect a hiccup in the remote override systems may have sent an errant system. We'll have to keep an eye out. I only hope their systems are reliable once we evacuate. Supplies running low. No all-clear signal, even though we're nearing the end of the 180-day mandatory shelter period. Supplies were never intended to last much more than that. Despite my best efforts, people are beginning to question what we're doing here. If people think they can just up and leave when 180 days are up, they're insane. The radioactive exposure would still be potent enough to fry everyone if the vault seals are breached that early. Whole point of the all clear was to receive additional instructions from main office. I don't know what to do. I can't open the vault. I can't expect their supplies to last forever, and I have to keep everything under control until the all clear. Mutiny. A faction led by the security personnel have turned on me, demanding they be allowed to leave the vault. Idiots. I will not open the door to be irradiated to death out there. I'm consolidating the remaining supplies, putting the staff on lockdown. We're going to have to start prioritising those who deserve what little food is left. I've been too damn generous with rations. If people don't like it, well, fewer mouths to feed. From here, of course, we can open the tunnel, gain us access to get out of here. More 10mm rounds. And I will tell you a little fun thing about the cryolator case here. So it's a master lock, so it's virtually impossible for you to open it until a much later level, as you need the master, or the level 3 to unlock a master lock safe. It used to be you could have brought dog meat down and told him to fetch it and he would have got it, but it seems in the new update, across consoles and PCs it's slightly different, but in a lot of the cases dog meat will not come back into the vault with you, which is awfully sad. But if you're on the PC, a possible command is just the unlock command.
Excellent.
If you don't want to cheat, just come back. Now the cryolator has 200 cryo ammo. It's one of the rarest, most expensive ammo in the game. And quite frankly, it's pretty useless. Like, the cryolator does not scale. It and fire suffer from the same problem throughout the game. That there's no scaling. No perks or anything. By the way, this mirror, Radaway, and bobby pins, always good. Must be in the Overseer's room. Nothing in the dresser. Some more ammo that you can find just lying around. And with that, we can now exit out of the vault. Check the filing cabinets, maybe get some pre-war money. Hey, there are lots more roaches here that you'll have to deal with. You also, using that command, you can't even use the cryolator until you get the Pip-Boy. So now that you've exited out to here, you will find that this door has now magically started working. This loops you back round to where we were. And here is where the doctor was handing out the stuff for you.
Is this all that's left?
Obviously your character's still a little distraught.
Is anyone alive? Did anyone get out?
But now, you get a Pip-Boy. And this is where the fun begins. And I will tell you a little secret about the Pip-Boy that not a lot of people know. Your Pip-Boy HUD color actually determines the torch color that you're using. So, let me explain what that looks like. Activating our wee Robco 64K RAM. Alright, so let's zoom in, makes things a whole lot easier. You get the map, of course, your quest, your inventory, special perks, and of course your radio. Now, let me show you what I mean by the HUD. As you can see, mine's white. Normally it's green, but because my Pip-Boy color is white, my torch is white. Be sure to grab the 10mm ammo that's kind of hiding around here and in the locker. Every locker, I believe, has 10mm ammo. This little area was flooded, but there's nothing in the way of water here or supplies. So let's open up the door. And how you change your HUD color is you go down to settings, you go to display, all the way down, and it is your Pip-Boy color you want to alter. If you want white, pull them all the way to the right. And again, if we make it pink, for example. Nice pink. Well, maybe a real purple. Crazy, but you will now have a purple tinge to your light. I don't know why they didn't have it just default, like a setting just for the light itself. Because I wouldn't mind the green display. But white just makes the torches so much nicer, and the torch from the Pip-Boy makes dark interiors really easy to deal with. Okay, so you press this button, you'll open the vault door. It's the only vault in the entire game in which you open it from the inside as opposed to, open it from the outside. So that's its special thing. If you've played previous Fallouts, when you first started this a decade ago, this was absolutely phenomenal. Still is. The animation, the lighting, it's so damn cool. We've come a very long way in this franchise. You can see the big welcome sign. You could only imagine how heavy this vault door is, and I mean, like, you're talking serious weight. Maybe like 100 tons? I would say maybe even possibly more. Though I don't know if it's ever actually mentioned. The bridge extends, and we can get out of here. The lift will drop down and open it up. Now, this is your last opportunity to edit anything about your character, be it your name, because some names will be spoken by certain characters, like Thomas, for example. A lot of Codsworth will respond to Thomas quite a bit. You can change your attributes or your appearance. Finally, hit finish.
Enjoy your return to the surface.
And we can head out. And here we are, out. and about. You start getting all your quests. Used to not get too many quests, but with the addition of all the Content Creation Club, you get loads, like when pigs fly, where you get the grenade launcher. All Hallows Eve is a pretty cool one to do. Now, let me show you on camera mode something neat. Now, in terms of the surrounding area, if you want to get right back into the vault, you want to go into here. Press that button. Get yourself the first aid. There's also a Nuka-Cola and a few crates. There's more crates dotted out here, so grab all of them before heading straight on over here. Desk fans are one of the best crafting components you can get. They have gear, screws, and metal, so they're really good. Grab all of them, get your 10mm ammo, and there's also one of your first melee weapons in the form of a little switchblade up here, if melee is the way you want to choose. And if you go a little bit ways over here to the left, you've got this. It's a little railroad hideout. Now, Deacon is said to be watching you from here, although you don't actually see him. Get yourself purified water and some dirty water. There's some mole rats that will appear from behind. Now, if we zoom it out even more, walking down the hill will take you straight into Sanctuary, your house being the second one to the left on that path there. But that's not all. If you've got the unofficial patch, which I highly recommend you download on any platform and on some of the consoles, you can head a little way north here, and you'll find, suppose it would be just as easy to show you this way, just by running out to it. Just head directly north. And again, if you don't have the patch and you're not on console, this mightn't be here, but it's one of the first locations you can get yourself a Nuka-Cola Quantum, beans, and yum yum deviled eggs. Now, of course, this is located directly north of the vault itself, and the first objective is, of course, to go home. Now, if you want straight into the action, all you have to do is just walk over here to the east, and you'll get your wish just over this hill, in the form of a raider and his dog. They will be hostile, so either using the switchblade or your trusty 10mm, or heck, if you did pick it up, you could use your cryo later. Inside you can get some chems, ammo, and this corpse normally has something cool on it. If you're extremely lucky, you might even get dirty army fatigues. You can wear armor over this, as well as giving you a +1 to strength and +1 to agi. Now let me show you what the cryo later looks like. At lower levels, it is super overpowered. It just doesn't scale well, so that's that weapon's main problem. The last thing I'll show you, because not enough people know about this, is just as we peer a wee bit more into Sanctuary. You see where the collapsed tree is? There's a little root cellar here. Inside, you can find 3 gold bars, a safe, and a load of food and items. So be sure to take major advantage of that. And now you're in the Sanctuary. Like I said, all the junk that you picked up, just go straight over to the workshop, hit it, and then all you need to do is just transfer all junk that you got from the vault, and you're good to go. Talk to Codsworth and enjoy your playthrough. Thank you all for watching. See you all in the next one.